Good morning, dear students. In the last video, we have seen about velocity and its unit, its formula, as well as average velocity. Now, we will proceed further with one more physical quantity which helps in the measurement of the motion. The idea of acceleration can be developed by considering a body moving in a straight line with a non-uniform velocity. When we consider velocity, that means there is a little difference in speed and velocity. When we consider speed, it is distance traveled in a unit time. Now, when that speed is in a particular direction, then it is termed as displacement in a given time, and the physical quantity is termed as velocity. Now, when we have an idea about a body moving in a straight line but with non-uniform velocity, it means the magnitude of the motion as well as the direction of the motion is not equal. That is called non-uniform velocity. When we say non-uniform motion, it means that time may be equal but the distance covered is not equal. But non-uniform velocity, it means distance also not equal as well as direction may not be equal. And this idea gives us the new quantity, that is acceleration. Let's have an example. A train starts from rest at station Anand. From Anand railway station, the train was at rest. Now it starts. So let us see what happens. When it starts moving, its velocity increases, and after a certain time interval, it attains a constant velocity. So as soon as it starts, slowly its speed will increase. So we can say velocity will increase because the train will start moving in particular direction, and slowly and gradually its velocity increases, and at certain time interval it will attain a constant velocity. Now what happens? As the next station approaches, that means as the next station comes nearer, its velocity gradually, that means slowly and gradually, the velocity decreases and finally becomes zero at station Baroda. So I have given example from Anand to Baroda. As soon as train starts from Anand, slowly it will increase its velocity, and at certain time interval it will attain the constant velocity, and as soon as the Baroda comes nearer, the velocity again will decrease and will come to zero, that means at the rest. So this type of motion we will consider it as a non-uniform motion because time increases at the similar rate but the distance covered is not equal. Increase, then constant, then decrease. So this is non-uniform. And now when the direction is also not similar in the same direction, it will move or it will starts moving on a straight track, then curve, then straight, maybe according to the path. So velocity is also not uniform. The same thing with this example over here, it is given in the diagram. The y-axis shows velocity, this is shown as a distance with respect to time. So initially at Anand station it is at rest, and slowly its velocity is increasing. See, it's moving from O to P. Now as soon as P is attained and it is a complete straight line, so velocity is remain constant, no change even in the direction, and so it remains constant till this time. Now at point Q at the respective time, Baroda is now nearer, so velocity slowly decreases and it comes to rest. Thus The change in the velocity of a moving body is termed as acceleration. This is acceleration. Change in the initial velocity to final velocity is called change in the velocity, which is termed as acceleration. So as per this, we can define acceleration, the change in the velocity of a body per unit time. From this time to this time, that is the given unit time. During this unit time, the change in the velocity, here it is increasing in this direction, then no change of direction, constant velocity, again change of direction, decreasing velocity. So change in the velocity of a body per unit time is called acceleration c. What we were learning? The distance travelled in unit time, speed. Displacement in unit time, velocity. Change in velocity, unit time, acceleration. So it is all linked with each other. Distance travelled in unit time is giving us speed. Now instead of distance, if I say displacement in unit time, that means measurement of some distance covered, path covered along with direction. So that is velocity. And now change in the velocity with unit time, that is acceleration. So we can express acceleration is equal to change in velocity per given time interval. Now what happens in change in velocity? What we will consider it? Initial velocity and final velocity. So when we subtract initial velocity from final velocity and initial time from final time, then we will get final velocity minus initial velocity upon time interval. Also how we will get final time minus initial time, and this is termed as acceleration expression. Acceleration is symbol or it is denoted as small cap alphabet A. Acceleration, as it depends on the change in velocity. Velocity requires both measurement and direction. It's a vector quantity, so acceleration is also a vector quantity. If we want to write in the formula form, then initial velocity is u, final velocity is half curve v. Full curve v is speed, half curve v is final velocity, and regular v is velocity itself. Time interval t. So final velocity half curve v minus initial velocity u divided by t gives us acceleration. Now what is the unit of acceleration? Again we know that acceleration depends on velocity. So unit of acceleration is equal to unit of velocity upon unit of time. What is velocity? Unit of displacement by unit of time. That will be the unit of velocity. We know meter per second. And unit of time, that is second. So unit of displacement upon unit of time divide, so it will be unit of time multiplied by unit of time. You can see here, unit of displacement upon unit of time into unit of time, right? So unit of displacement is meter, unit of time is second, multiplied by unit of time second. So second into second is second square. So unit of acceleration is meter per second square, which is written as meter into second raised to minus 2. Unit of speed, meter per second. Unit of velocity, meter per second. Unit of acceleration, meter per second square, SI unit. Some other units are also there. Centimeter per second square, kilometer per hour square, meter per minute square. In varied way it is given unit, but the standard unit which we considered, that is the SI unit, meter per second square, right? So this is about the acceleration and about its expression, behavior, formula and unit. As we know that motion is uniform as well as non-uniform. When a body travels equal distance in equal interval of time, that means uniform motion. And when body travels unequal distance in equal interval of time, then it is non-uniform motion. In the same way, uniform acceleration and non-uniform acceleration. When a body travels in a straight line and its velocity changes by equal amount. Now, whenever we will consider acceleration, we will talk about velocity, because distance and direction both is to be considered. For motion, it's okay, only distance in respective time. But here, body travels in a straight line where its velocity changes by equal amount in equal interval of time. Then it is uniform acceleration. Same as uniform motion. When a body travels equal distance, equal amount of distance in equal interval of time, uniform motion. Here, velocity changes by equal amount in equal interval of time, uniform acceleration. As for example, body falling from height towards the ground. A body falling freely under gravity. That means due to gravitational force, it will fall towards the ground. It has uniform acceleration. And a body moving on an inclined plane. Inclined, that means slanting, like slides, lapsani, inclined. Then also it will show the uniform acceleration, because it will roll from higher to lower. This is the example of uniform acceleration. And on the contrary, when the velocity of a body changes by unequal amount in equal interval of time, time slots remain equal. Each 0 second to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15. Time slots remain the same, but change in velocity is not equal amount, unequal amount. Then it is non-uniform acceleration. A car or an auto driven. A car if it is driven, or a auto if it is driven, where on a crowded city road with frequent application of brakes. When a city is very crowded and in that you are supposed to drive a car or a rickshaw is driving, then every now and then, frequently, that means every now and then, what is to be applied? Application of brake is taking place. And that is the example of non-uniform acceleration, because it is a city, so it won't be like express or national highway, a complete straight road for a longer path. There will be continuous curve, left, right. It may be smooth road, it may be obstacle road, rough road. So what happens? The driver has to apply brakes again and again. So speed, that is distance traveled, will be decreasing, increasing. Along with that, due to left turn, right turn, straight, direction will also keep changing constantly. And that is why it's an example of non-uniform acceleration. Looking to all this about acceleration, we can say that an acceleration may be positive, negative, or zero on the basis of velocities. Right? What we can say here, see, positive acceleration. If the final velocity is greater than initial velocity, then such acceleration is positive acceleration, because final half v curve minus initial u divided by 2. If v is greater, then definitely the value of acceleration will be positive. Greater minus smaller, so greater. So positive answer. Give an example. A body dropped from certain height. When any body is dropped from certain height, if you drop a ball from a certain height, what happens? As soon as it goes towards the earth, gradually it will gain velocity. It will gain velocity. That means velocity will increase. So the initial velocity from where the ball was thrown, suppose the ball was thrown from this height. So at this time the velocity is u initial, and as it comes towards the earth, it will be under the attraction of gravitation force and it will fall with a great speed in that particular direction. So its velocity at the end point, final velocity, increases. As soon as final velocity increases greater than initial velocity, acceleration will give a positive answer. So it will be positive acceleration. On the contrary, if final velocity is smaller than initial velocity, acceleration is negative. Final velocity half curve v is less than u. So when smaller value is subtracted from greater value, answer will be negative, acceleration will be negative. A ball thrown up vertically upwards, completely opposite of this. Here from top it is thrown downward. Here if ball is thrown from down to up, vertically upward, what happens? It decreases its velocity with time. Right? So what happens here? Initial velocity when you have thrown, it will be larger by the time it goes towards height, because it will gradually come down only. So the final velocity when the ball will reach at little height, it will be less than the initial. In the same way, if a ball is rolling on the floor, if you dribble a ball and ball starts rolling on the floor, after rolling somewhat distance, its velocity will decrease. So by the end position, by the final position, velocity will be lesser than the initial, and its answer will also be negative. So that is negative acceleration. For negative acceleration, as per the physics, it's a special word. The negative acceleration is also called deceleration, opposite of acceleration. So deceleration or retardation. When you start driving your vehicle, 4-wheel or 2-wheel, when you want to move a little faster, what do? You apply the accelerator. As soon as you apply accelerator, your vehicle will be faster. It will start moving, it will start running in that particular direction with higher speed, running the distance in a higher amount than original. And as soon as you want to take a turn, left or right, or U-turn, or if you want to stop because your destination has come, then you can apply the brake. As soon as we apply the brake, initially the velocity will slowly decrease, and then you will feel that your body jerks little back. It means it is moving little backward and your vehicle comes to stop. That is negative backward motion. It is termed as deceleration, opposite of acceleration, and that is also called retardation. Units of acceleration and deceleration both is similar, meter per second square, or you can write meter second is to minus 2. But only difference is that when we calculate in the calculation, when during calculation of the numericals, the acceleration is shown by the positive value. So whenever you will get acceleration calculation, and suppose your answer is like this, positive 5 meters square per second square, or any positive 214 meter per second square, whatever the positivity you see, then you must understand that it is positive acceleration. But if it shows calculation minus 5, negative, then you must understand that it is deceleration or it is retardation. And one more type of acceleration is if final velocity is equal to initial velocity, then the acceleration is v minus u by t is equal to 0. because final and initial both are same. Suppose final is 5 meter per second square, or velocity 5 meter per second, and initial is also 5 meter per second. So 5 minus 5 will be 0, and that type of acceleration is called zero acceleration, right? I hope you would have understood the topic of acceleration. Go to the video properly and try to understand acceleration, uniform, non-uniform acceleration, positive, negative and zero acceleration, negative especially deceleration or retardation. Thank you.